The professional development session for appropriate teaching strategies for emergent bilinguals. Here is an outline of our agenda for today. These are the learning objectives that we will strive to accomplish as a group. We will evaluate the benefits of visuals translanguaging and bilingual small group discussions for emergent bilinguals. We will compare our understanding of emergent bilingual teaching strategies to our past experiences in the classroom. We will examine examples of teaching strategies to find how they can be implemented in our classrooms. And finally, we will formulate a strategy for teaching emergent bilinguals in specific content areas. Before we can discuss strategies, we need to know what it means when we say emergent bilinguals. Emergent bilinguals is the most recent and appropriate term used to describe English language learners. It reflects the possibility of being bilingual rather than focusing on language deficiencies. Instead of using the term ELL or EL, it is better to refer to students learning the English language as emergent bilinguals. Our first strategy for teaching emergent bilinguals is visuals, specifically using visuals and multimedia to support instruction. The easiest way to support emergent bilinguals in the educational setting is to provide them with visuals whenever there is an opportunity. Some examples include pictures, maps, drawings, cartoons, videos, labeled diagrams, graphic organizers, graphs, charts, infographics, artwork, and manipulatives. Using visuals is a research-based strategy for supporting emergent bilinguals. Any form of visual representation can make content easier to understand. It is also proven that students are able to make stronger connections to their materials if it is supported with visuals. Students can use images to help them understand the content, especially if they do not have the knowledge of the current vocabulary being used in a lesson. One way to implement visuals in your classroom is while reading a text. Whether you have a story or an article, you can find a variety of visuals to supplement the text. One example is if students were to read a short one-page story about snow and blizzards. As it is handed out to them, the class will then take a look at the paragraphs and begin to read them aloud. After each paragraph, the teacher can pause and refer to a slideshow presentation. On these slides, the teacher can show pictures, graphs, and videos about snow to support emergent bilingual students. Let's pause for a small group discussion. In small groups with the people around you, please discuss what we have learned so far. You may want to focus on what it means to be an emergent bilingual and what our first strategy means to you. Our second strategy for teaching emergent bilinguals is translanguaging. The best way to support students is by utilizing their native language. This strategy can be explained as incorporating the native languages into the learning environment. Students learn best when they can compare their native language to English. As a teacher, it is important to find similarities between the languages to support learning. Research shows that translanguaging supports student learning, communication, and understanding. This strategy works best when teachers understand how to purposely use the known classroom languages as one unified system. Students feel more comfortable and included in the classroom when they can experience their native language in educational settings. Rather than observing the native language as a separate entity, it should be included in the materials that emergent bilinguals are learning. In a math class, students can take notes in the language they prefer. The native language is then incorporated into the note-taking. An example of this can be in a math class. The teacher begins a lesson by reviewing math vocabulary like volume, cylinder, cone, and prism. The teacher will hold up various objects that are those shapes and have drawings of the shapes on the board as well. Under each drawing, the vocabulary word is written. For each shape, the teacher can ask students how to say the word in their native language. The student then writes the word on the board under the picture. With some words, the students will recognize that the vocabulary words are cognates. Let's take another short discussion break to process what we have learned. You should focus on comparing each other's notes, asking each other questions, and sharing your personal experiences with the strategies that we have learned so far. Our final strategy for teaching emergent bilinguals is group discussions, and our role as teachers in creating opportunities to talk by facilitating these discussions. In these groups, students should feel comfortable to speak, regardless of their abilities. It would greatly support them to be in groups with students that speak the same language. These small groups can be scaffolded over time. They can begin with discussing topics in the native language and slowly transition to only using English. Research suggests that emergent bilinguals benefit from peer interactions and collaboration. These experiences provide students with the opportunity to practice their use of the English language. In the beginning, emergent bilinguals will need guided practice and modeling. It is likely that they will start small group discussions in their native language. As they continue learning English, the students should be encouraged to use both languages to discuss with their peers. Eventually, the students will be able to independently talk to their peers about academic topics in the English language. Bilingual group discussions can be especially beneficial in ELA classes. An example of this is after a short lecture about a new topic in an ELA class, students will be asked to discuss with their table about what they learned. One table will have the emergent bilinguals sitting together. The teacher will help get this group started. The students will work on answering questions in English with the support of the teacher. Before leaving the group, the teacher will tell them they can occasionally speak in their native language if they are struggling to find the right words. From this point, the emergent bilingual students will independently discuss the new topic using both languages when they find it necessary. Before we wrap up today, I would love for everyone to complete an exit ticket. We will give everyone a paper to write their answer to the two prompts on the screen, which are write down which strategy you will use in a future lesson or create your own strategy based on the information that we've learned today. And second, write down one question you still have after this presentation. Thank you. And here's a list of references for the presentation.